Okay, in this video, I'm gonna go over how to do an aggressive mini cut, okay? Now, despite the controversy on aggressive cuts, on insane calorie restriction over a certain period of time, it actually is very, very effective at losing fat. How do I know this? Because that's what I did for 4 to 6 weeks during last summer, and that's how I got very, very lean. Now, obviously, there's some stuff I would have done better, but in today's video, I'm gonna go over how I did it so effectively, such that I lost a bunch of fat and I kept my muscle. Now, if you are obese, do not aggressive mini cut. This is for people who are trying to lose, let's say 5 to 15 pounds of fat to enter a muscle building phase, to enter a lean bulk, to recalibrate your insulin sensitivity, your responsiveness to nutrition, to food. I found that, not only is it a good way to lose fat, but it's a great way to enter a muscle building phase because you're so primed for bulking after doing an aggressive mini cut that actually it's an effective way to stimulate muscle growth because your body wants to build muscle. It needs more calories. And so the nutrient allocation is much more effective. And I found just in general that after doing a mini cut, the rate at which I grew muscle afterwards was very, very quick. So only if you need to get down to a lean body fat percentage, if you're maybe 20% body fat and you want to do an aggressive mini cut to get to around 15% body fat, then ideally the best people for the mini cut. You're at 20% body fat, you want to get down to 15. But if you're at 40% body fat, then don't you dare do an aggressive mini cut. You need to do a slow cut, otherwise it won't be sustainable. This is not a sustainable way to cut, by the way. Maximum 6 weeks of aggressive mini cutting. It's going to be a pretty severe calorie restriction. You cannot go above 6 weeks. Otherwise, your sleep will suffer, your testosterone will suffer. So enough yapping. Let me just get into it. So as I said, a mini cut is a great way to experience rapid fat loss whilst maintaining your muscle. And my number one tip is increase your protein intake. If you are sick and tired of being fat, you want to get down into a lean enough body fat percentage to start lean bulking, you have to eat more than 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. You have to be eating 1.2 grams to 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight to maintain your muscle and to lose fat. That means you're going to be getting the majority of your calories from protein, which is my number one piece of advice today. So whether you want to take a note or write that down, if you are going to do this aggressive mini cut, you have to up your protein to 1.2 to 1.5 grams protein per pound of body weight. So this may be for some of you 200 to 300 grams of protein. For me, it was 230 grams of protein to maximize fat loss and minimize muscle loss. Now that the calories are out of the way, let's talk about macros. Your macros have to be on point as well. At least 50 grams of fat, okay? Your fat, otherwise you are going to suffer a drop in testosterone over those 4 to 6 weeks. So make sure you're eating at least 50 grams of fat and then fill the rest with carbs. That may mean you have to have a severe carb restriction, which probably means that you want to pack your carbs for your pre-workout and post-workout meals. Every other meal, probably a good idea to not have carbs. Another thing, nutrient-dense foods are extremely important for maximizing fat loss and maintaining your muscle during an aggressive mini cut. So animal-based protein sources, salmon, beef, liver, steak, chicken. Fill up your fridge with those foods. You want to be eating healthy, whole foods, lean proteins. Lean proteins are your savior on an aggressive mini cut. I basically did, chicken and broccoli, no carbs for the whole day, except for pre and post-workout meals. And I'd probably have 3 meals a day, 4 meals a day. Here's my other big important point. Your training cannot suffer. If you are getting weaker in your training, if you are losing strength, that is going to be very, very bad and you're going to lose muscle. So make sure if you fatigue with higher reps, drop the reps, but maintain your intensity. If right now you're training 12 to 20 reps, on your aggressive mini cut, you're not going to be able to hit those 12 to 20 reps. So instead, train within the 6 to 10 rep range, hit failure within 6 to 10 reps, and make sure you're training with good form still. Your muscles need to be stimulated. It's important to lift heavy and hit the hypertrophic rep range of 6 to 10 reps. You need to be slowing down on the eccentric, pausing the stretch position, and squeezing your muscles. So your training cannot suffer, remember that. And if you're weaker, you have to up your calories. So for example, say I'm doing 80-pound dumbbells for 12 reps, okay? When I'm on my aggressive mini cut, I'm not gonna hit 12 reps, simple as that, if 80 was my working set. Instead, I'll use the same weight, I'll use 80, but I'll hit 6 to 10 reps. That's how you do it. And as I said, if you feel like you're suffering, if you feel like you can't sustain it or you're losing a lot of strength, then you have to up your calories by 200, okay? It's not worth it. But as for me, this is the caloric intake that I did when I did my mini cut. It was around 1,500 calories of basically straight protein, fat, and minimal carbs. On top of this, I engaged in 1 hour of cardio a day. This was only low intensity steady state cardio, no high intensity cardio. So I did this post lift, okay? It won't impact hypertrophy or strength gains if you do, like walking or an incline treadmill at a slow pace. If you do sprints or any of those assault bikes or any of that stuff, you won't recover. Another thing, as I said, you want to keep your carbohydrates for the pre and post workout periods. And this is huge for keeping your strength, getting your your pumps, enjoying your workouts. Carbohydrates. My favorites on my aggressive mini cut was banana and Rice Krispie bar before my workouts. But other than that, and other than maybe like a bit of carbs after your workout, no carbs. No carbs. As I said, 1,500 calories I have. 50 grams goes towards fat minimum, and 1.5 maybe grams per pound of body weight goes towards protein. So you do the math. That's not a lot of carbs. Another thing is that it's so important is drinking so much water, plus electrolytes. Salt your meals. Drink 4, 5, 6 liters of water maybe. This is so important, again, for recovery, for energy and pumps in the gym. Another thing I forgot to mention, so, when you're getting your foods, get the leanest possible protein. So like 96% lean beef or egg whites. And also you want to have your food not taste like shit, right? So get sugar-free barbecue sauce. Also, something convenient I used to get was like this pre-packaged salmon. That was also very high protein, very low calorie. So to conclude, your aggressive mini cut has to be above 1,000 calories, of course. You can't be too crazy. Maybe 1,200 to 1,500 for most people. The rate of weight loss is probably gonna be around 2 pounds per week. Anything more than that, you have to up your calories by 200 calories. And again, you can have a refeed, maybe 2 refeeds during this period, which a refeed is basically like a high calorie day. Don't make it more than 6 weeks, okay? So say you're 170 pounds, right? And you wanna get down to 155 pounds. Within 3 to 5 weeks, that's when you do a mini cut. And then once you're done with the mini cut, get into your maintenance calories for a week or 2, just so that your body adjusts, and then hit that lean bulk and just send it. So thank you for watching. Hope this guide has helped you, reframe your mind as to, oh, maybe I do need to aggressive mini cut. I am kind of fat. I kind of want to lean down before I enter my main bulk. If you are 20% body fat, as I said, this is going to apply to you. If you are fatter than that, this probably won't, because it's not sustainable. If you're leaner than that, there's no point in doing an aggressive mini cut. Join Aesthetics Club as well if you want free courses on how to build muscle, lose fat, testosterone, mindset, 300 meal prep recipes, 30 training programs, all for free. And check out Barbell Apparel for the comfiest clothes you'll ever find. The jeans literally feel like sweatpants. I could probably hit a PR barbell squat in those jeans. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.